I'm Fiona Longhurst and I'm the Chief Knowledge Officer at Royal Voluntary Service. Royal Voluntary Service's charity's been around for about 80 plus years, and our mission is all around volunteering. It's to mobilise volunteers for a better Britain. Our strategic aims are very much about mobilising volunteers for RVS services, but also for others as well. So we've been really fortunate to have some funding from the players of People's Postcode Lottery to help us build what will be we think a platform which is a little bit different. It actually provides a space where organisations, charities can recruit the volunteers that they so desperately need. We know there's a rather significant volunteer shortage, declining volunteer participation over many years, and so we need to do some different things, and the platform is going to help us to, as a sector, hopefully to try and sort of make that change, and crucial to that is by creating some more flexibility in the way that people can volunteer. The platform will allow people to very easily find a task or a volunteering role near them, or that suits their interests, that really speaks to them, covering the widest range of opportunities from charities sort of large and small. So we think that coupled with the sort of latest digital tech, so you have the experience that you'd have if you were using a consumer app for any other kind of service, but this time it's available for you if you're seeking volunteering activities. We think that will make a huge difference, and that people of all ages and backgrounds will find it much easier than before to sort of find their way into volunteering. And for charities, that's great news. It means that they have to spend less of their time and their budget on recruiting volunteers, and that we can match them up in a really sort of dynamic and speedy way, in a way that rewards everybody. Of course, the platform that we're launching with thanks to players of the People's Postcode Lottery is actually completely free to charities to use and to members of the public as well. So we hope this will provide even more incentive for people to get involved and to really sort of maximise the volunteering power of people in our communities to support charities and great causes right across Britain. So the purpose, we have found that over the years it has become, that there is this declining number of volunteers, but we know that people are really keen to volunteer. It just doesn't quite fit into their lives as they live them now. Lives have changed, lifestyles have changed over past decades, and actually we think that by changing the way that we offer volunteering and present it to people, we can actually bring more and more people in that perhaps haven't even thought about volunteering before, but would like to, or find that once they're offered the opportunity and they can access it, they will find it very rewarding. We know there's huge benefits to personal well-being in terms of, when you volunteer, you get great gains. So it's really important that we make it accessible. So one of the things about the platform is that we want it to widen scope. So we want people from all walks of life to be able to volunteer, every age, every background. And actually we are building in accessibility in terms of, throughout this platform, you'll be able to, right from the start, we're building in accessibility so that it's sort of AA standard, absolutely, and it's in some cases it'll be AAA standard. We will have, we're working with charities and with charities that are supporting people with disabilities to make sure that we're getting that right, that when you apply for a role, you'll be able to make sure that that role is going to be able to be something that you're able to do when you go to that setting, that setting is going to be supportive of you. So we're thinking about these things right up front as we're designing the platform, so that again it can, the volunteering that we're offering can really be something that everyone can participate in, which we think is so important. The platform will also be a good opportunity for charities to perhaps save a little bit of money We're going to include ID checking as part of the platform's offer for charities, which means that they don't have to cover that cost. We also would like to make sure that the platform enables volunteers to move more easily between volunteering roles. So in the charity sector, for quite a long time, there have been discussions about passporting. We're hoping that the platform will deliver that. So you don't, as an individual, when you're volunteering, need to necessarily repeat your ID check if you've decided to volunteer with Royal Voluntary Service on one week, and then the next week something else piques your interest on the platform. You'd quite like to have a look at what Scouts has to offer. You wouldn't have to repeat the ID check again. You'd be able to share that in your digital passport with the next charity that you're working with. In future, the platform will also offer free criminal records checking and integration with existing volunteer management systems. So that will be something that comes on down the track, and obviously that has a huge advantage again for both the charities themselves in terms of cost savings and time savings, but also for those volunteers who won't need to repeat the same checks multiple times, and it will really simplify the volunteering experience for everybody. Royal Voluntary Service also aiming to try and unlock some of the unused volunteering time that sits in businesses at the moment. Many businesses offer their teams volunteering days, but actually they do frequently struggle to get those days used. We're hoping the platform will help to serve that need by making it simpler for employees to use their volunteering days. I mean, at the moment, it's such a shame, but 140 million hours of volunteering days is unused every year. And if that could be unlocked and provided to support those valuable community charities and services, imagine the difference that could be made and the impact that could be created. So the will is there. We just need to try and make the mechanism simpler so that we can unlock all that goodwill and see the benefit flowing through to communities. So those are the things that we're looking at to really try and sort of simplify. We call it sort of frictionless volunteering. We're trying to take some of the hard work out of the administration side so that it becomes simpler for everybody to participate in their volunteering. So those are just some of the things that we're hoping it will bring. Well, I think it's got a huge amount to offer to charities, many of whom are struggling to find their volunteers at the moment. But also, this is about the future as well, of building a pipeline of volunteering. One of the things the platform will do very well is we'll open the door to more flexible styles of volunteering roles. Because of that, we know that then widens participation directly. It opens the door to more people because they can fit the volunteering in around their lives. So we'll be encouraging charities to post roles that are perhaps one-off tasks. They might be short-term, they might be micro-volunteering, they might be easy access roles that don't require a huge amount of training up front. We'll also be offering the range of traditional roles as well alongside. So it really will be the full sort of spectrum of different types of volunteering that you could kind of consider will be on offer for the platform. And for charities, that means that they will bring in new types of people towards them. It means that they have the opportunity to really future-proof their volunteering pipeline, because perhaps people that start with a one-off task or a micro-volunteering role or something that feels easy to get started with, they very well may decide that they like what they've seen at that charity and decide that they want to stick around and that they want to then take on more and more responsibility as time goes by. So it's quite a good way of sort of bringing in your volunteers for tomorrow, as well as supporting your services today. So for charities, we think that's a huge gain for them. Obviously, the money saving is also a key thing. And we think as well that charities will start to perhaps consider how they might want to use volunteers in new ways in different parts of their services. So they may start to see gains there as well as improving and growing the impact that they can make, because they're bringing in a wider range of volunteer roles into their organisations. So therefore growing the reach that they are able to deliver in terms of their services. So as well as that easy onboarding process that charities will have, we'll also be straightforward to manage your volunteer listings, your applications, and also tracking will be involved as well. You'll be able to undertake that too. So we're hoping that it will be really kind of part of a sector-wide initiative. You'll be able to be part of a large digital community of volunteering and reap the rewards from that and the shared experience and learning across your fellow charities. You'll get early access to some features that aim to support that recruitment that you're interested in doing, that you need to build up, and also support your retention. And we're also looking at impact measurement, of course, as well, which we'll be sharing with charities and our partners too. So lots to we think for charities to take full advantage of, and we're excited to work with our colleagues in the sector on this project over the course of the summer and beyond. Well, charities of all sizes are now able to sign up to register their interest on the website that we have, which is royalvoluntaryservice.org.uk. It's clearly sort of signposted on our website how to get through to the right sort of page to do that. We're seeing lots and lots of charities doing that already. In fact, we've been working with lots of charities across the sector to help us build the specification for the platform, and that's been hugely beneficial. Both those large organisations and really tiny charities as well have been able to sort of tell us what they think they would need, what they think would work well, and that's been absolutely like gold dust for us, so absolutely fantastic. So it's now possible to go on and register your interest, so that we're able to then in the coming weeks and months we'll be then able to start uploading the roles onto the platform. We're going to start in June with some early adopter charities doing just that, and then as we get further down into July, we'll be more and more charities will be able to sort of upload their roles, and they'll be able to then look and see how does it look on the platform. And get used to it before we start to introduce volunteers onto the platform in the autumn time. So there's time for charities to kind of review it, sense check it, consider how their roles look before we start to do the matching in real time. So charities also can find out more about this by hopping on to one of our webinars on our website as well. There's a whole list of dates for webinars, so you can find out more about it and ask any questions that you might have to our team that's standing by to answer those questions for you. It really has been designed with ease in mind. We've tried to make sure that we're listening to charities and what they need, and that therefore the process from the charity side will be as straightforward as possible. We know that some charities will have their own systems in place that they'll want to link ultimately to the platform. Others will not have their own volunteer management systems, and they'll be working off spreadsheets and things. So we'll accommodate for both. There will be an API provided. There'll be documentation released later on in Q3. So people will, with VMSs, will be able to start to sort of look at how those integrations can be designed in. But the ones that we're beginning with up front in June are going to be those simple, easy to upload roles, which will be undertaken through straightforward spreadsheets.